fans, what's going on, y'all? Woo, it's cold in Maryland, man. How y'all feeling this morning? It's your boy Foots here. So I'm doing something on the run because I'm on the way to work, but I did something last night with Vach, and the title of this video is Are the Cowboys better with X, or did Connor Williams lose his job? All right, and that's kind of what we need to figure out moving forward. Okay, to me, well, we'll get into what me and Vosh spoke about, but rewatching that game, so I rewatched it twice, and you see all the beautiful things that you want the Cowboys offense to be. So you see the route running from Amari Cooper. You see an offensive line that gives Dak time. You see Dak, you know, it's crazy. Dak had a duck to Cole Beasley, and then Dak had an amazing throw to Cole Beasley. And at this point in Dak's young career, that's just what he is. He's still growing, he's still learning. So piggybacking on the question about Xavier Su'afilo, Connor Williams, would it be smart to keep him as your starting left guard? Did Connor Williams lose his job? All right, and later on in this video, I'll get to some talk that me and Vach had. Vach really broke down some good things about X and what he can do, and really, this is, I want you guys to kind of make the decision and let me know. And do we continue to grow with Connor? Do we switch Connor's position? I think Connor's a tackle. I think he's a finesse player. I don't think he handles power well, and we've seen that. Like, I do not believe that if Connor was in there against Fletcher Cox, we would have been in trouble, Cowboys fans. Let's be honest. We have to be honest and transparent with ourselves. Now, a couple things that I noticed, some quick hits that I noticed in this game. All right, and I spoke about it on the Cowboys Huddle podcast. You guys make sure you guys download that. The Cowboys went to a 3-step drop early and often, and I like that. I think it was something that helped Dak get into rhythm, and I think it was something that can continue to help Dak stay in rhythm. Dak is a rhythm quarterback. He's not a guy who is just going to sling the ball all over the field. He needs plays that he needs for sure hitters. Like Dak, that's just where he's at in his career. He needs for sure hitters. Another quick hit. I thought that it was really cool seeing Leighton Vander Esch's play. Like I said after the game, he just shouldn't be allowed. It's unfair that he's 260 and can move like that. But that's why you drafted him. He'll never blow you up. You know, during the draft process, I was so high on Rashaan Evans because of the way he tackled, the veracity in which he tackled. But I'm looking at a guy like Leighton, who's never out of position. He can cover, obviously, with the pick that he had, dropped into that zone. That was very special. So, again, this is me another day eating crow when it comes to Leighton. It's cold out here, y'all, so I got my hood on. Some other things, man. Amari Cooper is a route technician, and so I will take some credit, guys. Pat on this shoulder and this shoulder. I told you guys, man, I thought that this was a really good pick, and the fact remains, oh, this is dripping on me. The fact remains that I think that the Amari Cooper pick, while the first round pick was steep, he just adds a different dynamic to where even you saw even in the Philly game, excuse me, you know, teams had to play too high. We hadn't seen that in a long time. I feel like every defense this year has been single high, meaning one safety up top, man across the board, and our corners are better than your receivers. Now he adds a different dynamic to where if you put a corner out there who doesn't really understand press man or doesn't play press man all the time, good luck. All right, so those are some quick hits that I really took away from this game. But the topic of this video, should Connor Williams lose his job? All right, guys, tune into this Vach, me and Vach speaking, and you guys make the judgment. He broke down some really good film on Xavier Su'afilo, and just let me know what you guys think.
Xavier Su'afilo.
There we go. Vach, what did you see? I know I was watching some things. He was able to get next level. Like he didn't bulldoze I think that was Jernigan in there and Fletcher, but he did just enough. So what did you see?
So everything that we kind of like about Connor, he's the opposite. And everything that we're mad about Connor about, he's the opposite. So when we think about Connor, he's great with his feet, great with his base. He's very reactive. He can move well, he punches well, but Connor doesn't have a lot of strength on the back end. He can be great at point of attack. I feel it was the thing. So let's just get started, man. I'm going to show you this play here. I showed it for my audience. Let me just run it for you. Let me slow it down for a little bit. Su'afilo is at left guard right now. I want you to look at Su'afilo's feet right now. I'm just gonna call him Zay. Look at Zay's feet right now, man. And he doesn't really move them, you know. And if you're going against somebody, you would rather move than to be still, especially against Fletcher Cox, right? So if Fletcher Cox is going to engage you, you want to be moving backwards. You want to give yourself time to read and react. You want to give at least 3 yards of space. Look at Tyron Smith right now. See how much space Tyron Smith got between him and his guy? Lael got between him and his guy. Fletcher Cox got on Zay in a hurry because Zay didn't move his feet. Zay just kind of stepped and caught him. So Fletcher has
you definitely don't want to catch blocks.
Absolutely not. So Fletcher has the base advantage. Fletcher has the leverage advantage, and Fletch has the hands inside. But something that Xavier can do is Zay can just kind of drop his butt and move people around. It doesn't look pretty. Nothing looked pretty from Zay last night, but he got the job done for the most part. This technique actually that he's using, my old coaches call it torquing. When you just get somebody and you just kind of flip and just torque them into the end zone, just torque them backwards or whatever. That kind of got Zay in trouble later on in the game. He gave up a sack. He actually threw a guy into Dak later on, but we'll cross that. But for the most part, man, he kind of got it done. Now
that was amazing, Vach, as always. You guys are in for a treat. Now, Vach, is that more or less for him because he's been in the league? He was a top 40 pick as well. Didn't quite pan out where he was, but do you think it's one of those things that he was able to kind of deal with NFL strength? Because, I mean, and listen, NFL strength and Fletcher Cox is different because he's not a normal D tackle, but I mean he fared well. And what I noticed in watching film was he was able to climb to the next level and get on those linebackers on some of Zeke's bigger runs.
Sure. I think he does a good job getting to second level if he doesn't have prior responsibilities. Sometimes if you look at Zach Martin, maybe he'll step in and pound some guy that's on Joe Looney, just kind of give a little help, then get to second level. Su'afilo is not really a mover, so he's got to run free to get to second level. I actually got evidence of that later. He's got to run free.
As always, thank you guys for following, liking, sharing, subscribing. I had to do this video on the run. I got some more content coming for you guys, though. I'm going to do my Cowboys win if Atlanta. Very winnable game, but Dallas has to be consistent. We're very consistent at being inconsistent. So if Dallas is consistent, you see a team in Atlanta that just lost to a decent defense in Cleveland, but, you know, it's the Browns. So what will Dallas do? Will they put together another good game? You can run the ball on Atlanta. So I'm going to jump into them and how you have to beat them. But let's talk about Connor. As always, thank you guys for liking, sharing, subscribing. Follow me. I've been doing a lot of music things. That's why I haven't been able to do my videos. So check me out. All right, y'all. Peace.